thing I want to show you is how to change colors of text in your web page. So let's suppose that you built a page like this. Maybe you ended up going with kind of a darker color scheme, and you're realizing that actually your black text is not looking super great on there. In that case, you're going to need to actually change the CSS, which I told you today you were just going to do the images, but you know, you're just going to change the text of the color of the text. It's not a huge amount of editing code, so let me just show you how to do that. If you go open up your web page folder here, and there's style CSS. Now, if you open that, it's going to open it with a browser, which is not what you want. So, oops. All right, so you're going to need to do the open with option and choose other. Then choose a text editor. Any text editor will do. You can make it so it'll do that in the future. All right. So you'll notice the way that this code works, you don't have to worry too much about it yet. But on the left-hand side, there's a description of a part of the HTML, and then there's these brackets and all this code. So the gist of it is everything that goes with body describes the body. Everything that goes with the header describes the header, and so on and so forth. So if you want to know, let's say we're looking at the header, the keyword for changing the color, you're going to come after that curly brace and before any text, and you're going to write color, colon, and then a color and a semicolon. Make space for the other stuff. So you put that in there and hit save. Reload your page, and you've just turned that red. So if you want to know, gee, what the heck is nav? Let's make the color green so we can see what it is. Oh, that text there is what that affects. You want to know what's the article color? I'll make it yellow. Then you'll know. Oh, that looks awful. Okay, so now you know how to change the colors, but let's think about how to make them actually nice colors. So if you're trying to work with text, likely the colors you want to use are going to come from the colors you're already working with. So if we come back to our image editor, we have some nice colors all in this little bowl of food that I've used for the inspiration for this whole website. So I can grab my image picker and maybe pick, let's say, a yellow that will look nice with this red. If I click on there, where it says HTML notation, that's going to give me what's called the hex code for the color. And the hex code is a fancy way of explaining to a computer what a color is. We can talk about it some other time, but for now, just know if you select that and copy it, you're going to be able to do any precise color you want. So that was a nice yellow. We actually don't. I'm going to make the article color black again, but let me find, where was that text I made green? I'm just going to look for green. Find, there it is, the nav green. That's this menu here. And you need a hash sign or the number sign. And then, oops, it looks like I lost my yellow accidentally. Let me go back and grab that again. Copy. And hey, copy. And paste. There it is. I save that. Now I've got that yellow. Doesn't actually look as good as maybe I'd hoped. Only thing I've got here is the here's another color for the links there. Let's make those yellow too. Here we go. About us, appointment, directions, history. You can see it's a little too bright. So often that's going to happen. If we move it maybe a little towards we reduce the saturation. Basically, we're going to make the yellow less yellow, more gray or white. Let's try that. Paste that color in. Save it. That helps. Definitely takes a little bit of the edge off. I probably have to change my bullets to go with that, but there you go. Now let's see this header here, local business page. That could be maybe one of these deep greens from these cucumbers. There's a nice green. 2, 3. I like to pull all my colors right from the image itself. Ooh, look, that green looks pretty much black. Who knew that would be so dark? That one I actually can go lighter. Let's find a lighter version of that green. We can bring it a little brighter. Copy that, paste it in, save. Still don't love it, but getting there. We have this conflict here, a little bit messy. Let's try even brighter. Oh, you know what? I forgot the hash. That's what I did. That was black. Ha! It was so black because it really was black. Let's go back a few colors. Maybe that first color was fine. That first color was just fine. Local business page. Looks nice. Now in this case, we'll notice it's a little hard to read against those chopsticks, so might be worth playing with that banner. If I go back here, what I want to do is, all these lines are kind of tricky to see against, so if I go into this, maybe I can blur the chopsticks a little bit. See if that helps. Export that. It actually did help. There we go. A little easier to read now. Those lines a little blurred. Local business page. Got my red. I got the yellow from there. Now this page might look kind of nice actually. Even the nav text, the article text, which is currently black. I could go with maybe one of these reds, but a super dark variant of it. So if I grab the color picker and look in the shadows, it's a nice deep, deep red. You don't want to go with anything bright or it's going to be impossible to read. But if you pick a nice dark color, that can work. Let's see how that works. There we go. That now just sort of fits the page. See that? Pretty darn close to black. Oops. Wait, it is black. Let's try that again. There we go. Close to black. Easy enough to read though. So there you go. Oh, maybe pick the same one for those who appreciate service that goes beyond. That's going to be in my header. Color. Oops. Whoa, what did I do there? If things go really screwy like that, it means you type something in wrong. Yikes. In that case, it's all because there we are. Undo can be your friend. Header H1, header P, there it is, that's the paragraph. Color, and where's that red I've been using? Kind of hard to see in here. $49120D. There we go. Nice red. So this old page built on complementary colors. Does not look like a Christmas page. Looks sort of like a Chinese restaurant. I do not love these yellows there. I might keep playing with those. It's a little too bright. I might do better actually if I just went would like a pink off of this chili. Stuck with a monochrome color scheme. So let's find that yellow. Nav. Paste. You'll see that color is not all that different actually. Save. That's much mellower. There we go. Fits in way better. Much closer to that color. So there we go. And we have our image. In this case, actually, I want that bowl to stick out. So what I might do is, last thing, I'm just going to shrink. I'm going to shrink this canvas a little bit. Canvas size.